we are seeking for an order of mandamus that this gentleman should be reinstated and redesignated to another position, because that was the guidance from the Ministry of Public Service. And that guidance was disregarded in the process of retiring him. So that's where our case is. The specific legal provisions were not complied with. The guidance offered was disregarded. And we are here to seek justice.
Well, Victoria Wagaya, you have heard, so on how much they want to be paid, that will be determined by court. But this comes at a time when Fort Portal City is still grappling with about 60 cases that require them to pay a compensation, all damages of about 10 billion. As you heard recently, Mayor crying on where to get this money. So if these also take the same city to court, that means the court will also be adding another burden should they succeed in the court. Well, it is the reason we are in Fort Portal to always bring to you updates as it goes on. Back to you, Victoria, at the Political Command Center.
And I tell you what, a job well done, Julius Navimanya, keeping us updated. I heard they're actually planning on selling on some of the city properties so they can be able to compensate over, I think, $1 billion in compensation. Fort Portal, what is happening? Anyway, away from that, 4 lives have been lost following 2 accidents that happened along the Mbara, Isingiro and Ruto Mbara roads. Police in Rizi region have attributed one of the accidents that involved in, of course, that is a canter vehicle and a saloon car to reckless driving, where one was overtaking the other. We join Alex Mgasha, who will be speaking to the Rizi region spokesperson, Samson Kasasira, for more details. Alex, you asked for the good roads the government provided. What exactly is causing all this carnage on the road in Mbara?
Well, thank you very much, Victoria, at the Political Command Center. Very good afternoon to you. Certainly, it might not only be roads, but just a cocktail of factors that is causing these rampant accidents within the region, but also across the country. Now, joining me this afternoon is ASP Samson Kasasira to talk to us about the last evening incident. A very good afternoon to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. What exactly happened?
Good afternoon. Last night at around 7 p.m., we registered 2 fatal accidents. One on the Mbara Highway, that is in Ruti, and then another on mile 8 on the Isingiro Mbarara Road. And all these accidents are connected to reckless driving. And unfortunately, on the accident that occurred on the Isingiro Mbarara Highway, that is at mile 8, which is found in Nyamitanga division of the city, 5 occupants of this Corolla Toyota all perished. 2 died on the spot where the accident occurred, and 3 died at the Mbara Referral Hospital here, where they had been rushed for treatment. It's very unfortunate that the 4 have been identified, but the driver hasn't been identified because he didn't have any documents on him to identify him. And then also the accident that was on the Kabade Mbara Road, 1 person died, 2 people got injured, and they have been rushed to also to Mbara Regional Referral Hospital, where they are getting treatment. But still, it was also reckless driving. Someone trying to overtake where they are not supposed to be overtaking. In the incident of the border, first of all, he had overloaded. It was the rider, the wife with a kid, plus the mother-in-law. So that also gives difficulty of the rider to control his motorcycle when incidences occur. So you see that the signs of recklessness, apart from the speed and the driving, but also on the loading, which we have been talking about. Okay. Yeah, but of course, some people seem not to listen, so we always have such incidents happening.
Well, I visited the scene where this very accident that involved this very saloon car, and it looks like the road is very small. As police, have you engaged stakeholders in as far as expanding some of these roads, not just always blaming people for reckless driving?
Thank you very much. First of all, the road might be small, but the way you use it is what matters. First, before you overtake, if it is a sharp corner, make sure you know you cannot overtake from a sharp corner because you don't know what is coming from up ahead. And if you're going to overtake, make sure there's no one there and the signages on the road clearly allow you to overtake. But the problem is most people are always in a rush, mostly for the wrong reasons, and this is what causes the accidents. Like in this incident, the counter driver was trying to overtake the Corolla and then met an oncoming motorcycle. So on trying to swerve to avoid a head-on collision, now he ended up hitting this car on the sides and killing all the occupants of this motor vehicle.
All right. Thank you very much, SP Samson Kasasira. He is the Ruiz Region spokesperson, Victoria. Like you have heard, indeed, now 6 people at least perished in the 2 incidents. But the one behind me, this very car, all the occupants, 5 of them at least perished. And we can only pray that some of these drivers really pay attention to how they use these roads. For now, I'll get back to you, Victoria, at the Political Command Center. We are working on a comprehensive story.
We'll be getting more of that later on in our subsequent bulletins. For now, take a short commercial break. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned.
You built a great business. Apsage kuyambo kusesamu.
Keeping an eye on all your balance the old way.
I got this. yeah. Balance is... yeah.
What is he up to now?
Star 11.
Keeping an eye on all your balance with the My Airtel app. You have the power in your pocket.